Thank you so much for coming tonight, Bharath. In fact, between you and me, this panel was raised on the basis of me connecting with you. So I'm very pleased because obviously so many people are interested in this subject as regards fintech and Wall Street and how these companies are disrupting Wall Street. So I'm thrilled that we connected and thrilled that this panel actually has manifested. And I was wondering if you could tell me what drew you into building a fintech company and what was the passion and what was the pain point?
So I worked on Wall Street for 10 years. I worked in every area. I also been a trader for 6 years. And the financial crisis of 2008 really made me think that there must be an opportunity to prevent these things in the future. And when I heard about the blockchain, I started looking into that and saw a perfect vehicle to address these issues and greatly prevent these sort of things from happening in the future.
Fantastic. I too suffered in London after the crash. Oh my God, it was horrendous there. Horrendous. I had to shut my startup down because I couldn't get any funding. All the banks crashed and it was a horrible time. So I'm totally supportive of that reason that's motivating you. And I was wondering, you said that you have just raised a small amount of funding. Can you want to tell me what the challenges have been as regards getting venture capital in the fintech domain?
Yes. So curiously, we try to raise funds and we have a modest valuation. And a lot of the VCs told us, this is great, I love the product, but you need to be raising at least 5 million to talk to us. And I said, I'll take it, whatever you want to give. But I think in the very early stages, it's the way Silicon Valley is rolling right now is most of the Series A are 5 million and more. So for a smaller company, it's harder to raise capital without diluting yourself essentially 80%. So that is one of the biggest challenges. There's also the challenge that fintech is so hot, everyone is trying to do fintech. Everything is fintech, this, fintech, that. And yes, it's trending and it's hard. And VCs, I think, are overwhelmed because they see so many new things thrown in their face every day. And they all look so similar that they are very cautious. This is also another thing. But I think that if you get traction, if you show yourself as someone who can execute, then there is hope to get decent funding.
Okay, and what do you think is the strength if you have a fintech company? What's the best thing to say or do if you're trying to raise funding?
I think the key that investors look at, and everyone should look at, is are you adding value? Are you disrupting the market? If you're just using a new technology to do the same old thing in the same old way, right, I don't think it will excite anyone. But if you greatly change the market equation, if you make things dramatically cheaper, things much simpler, there would be, if you build something that completely changes the way things run, I think the world will beat a path to your door. There's no doubt about it. So fintech is some of those things that not everyone gets when you try to explain the whole banking and everything in detail. A lot of people zone out. But the investors who get it are very supportive when they understand the value of your product.
And is part of that value, is it good to be able to show that you've got customers?
Yes, traction is, I think, the number one thing. So I believe, from my experience, venture capitalists essentially look at two things. Yeah. What's the market size and what's the traction? Okay. So if you are doing something that is a $2 million market, or they may not be that excited. But if it's a big market size and you have customers, even if you're only making $100 a month, then you have a business model that has been validated and only needs to scale. So this is my experience.
Wow, that's really good advice. Thank you so much. And has there been anything funny that's happened in the course of your adventures in raising venture or just building a business?
Yes, the one thing is, they say if you want advice, ask for money. If you want money, ask for advice. And when we tried both, and we only got advice. and we realized that if you're very new, if you just have a website and a PowerPoint, you probably want to wait until you actually have a product built out, you have customers paying. It's just easier. But yes, there's plenty of advices out there. People are very happy to give it for free.
And sometimes not even related to anything that's to do with you. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm so looking forward to this panel. And thanks. I'm so glad that we've connected.
Absolutely. Same here.